We're living in a time when our mastery of technology seems to make almost anything possible. But this is also a time of infinite growth with finite resources. And despite our ability to develop exponentially, we're failing to address this great challenge. So when we define true innovation, it not only has to represent smart ideas brought into action, but also be seen within the context of our environment, our needs, and our resources. Mike Simons is a genius, with a wall full of patents to prove it, and his latest invention is up there with the greatest. Mike has developed a revolutionary building material that is 80% lighter than bricks, mortar or concrete, and is made up of 50% mineral waste, allowing houses to be built in just a few days. Dassel has large deposits of ash byproduct from its gas to liquid process, and South Africa is trying to address a critical affordable housing shortage. So, we have all the elements needed for a true innovation of gigantic proportions. From ash to houses. Chem City, applying the science of possibilities.
We came up with the idea of alternative building systems based on cementitious foams after we'd been asked by the mining companies to look at their waste streams and to see what we could do to convert them into something useful.
We sort of approach tower technology with the opportunity of using our fine ash in the alternative building technology.
Being in waste management, I'm responsible to look at Sasol's wastes, and I thought, well, how can I align government and I can align Sasol waste? And that was the first sort of buzzer that rang in my head, and I thought, well, here's a strategic fit.
Beyond the benefits of utilizing waste ash, the process was revolutionary in many other ways. A completed 60 square meter house is over 25 tons lighter, so there are enormous savings on transport, and a saving of nearly 25 tons of CO2 emissions. The material is formed into panels that are easy and quick to assemble, so you don't see your materials disappearing. The panels already contain electrical and plumbing. A house can be completed within 3 days. The walls are so straight that they need minimal plastering, which can be done in just a few hours. From a pilot housing project in Cosmos City to a new school building in Kinross, the technology continued to prove itself again and again.
The ease of use, I think, is probably the most positive part of the product. It erects quickly. You do not need too skilled labor to erect. The labor itself were trained basically for a couple of hours, and off we went. They could erect.
Despite these unparalleled qualities, Chem City understood the need for the project to be commercially grounded and set about connecting the parties needed to achieve this.
We actually had a very open talk around a table one day, and I said to them, well, hey, let's do a demonstration, let's look at demonstration units for this. Is FNB prepared to take the risk in this? And I was actually shocked that a decision could be made so quickly.
We really think that this is kind of, can we make the housing iPad of Africa? Can we make that? Can we make a thing that we can kind of push, into our huge continent? Okay, clearly first in South Africa, but also into the whole continent that would actually address some of the urgent and huge needs that are out there.
Why I am so excited about the Housing from Ash project is that it is an affordable and socially accepted housing solution. In addition, it does meet the aspirational drive of first-time and even second-time homeowners.
The outcome was a resounding success, with the first 3 houses being constructed, sold and inhabited, along with 40 other deals signed. Negotiations are currently taking place for licensing the technology and to create the factories necessary to produce the enormous volume needed to address the housing backlog.
Fantastic. I think it's overcome the problem of the solidity of a house, light steel frame house, and I think it's alternatively very well constructed, something to be proud of.
The way that Sasol are putting this together, and Chem City and FNB, and tower technologies. They're really going about it the right way, and this is the future, really.
When I first saw these houses, well, the first expression was like, wow. They come in with all the fittings inside, and then when I looked into the technology, I actually loved what I saw. I would recommend my friends to buy. I've actually shown them my house, that I bought. They love it, my friends love it, my family loved the house.
Chem City made a commitment to work with the government to find workable and sustainable answers. And that commitment is set in a new, lightweight stone.